Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Mark once again, the founder of knapsack.com. That's NAP-SACK.com. And I'm once again headed into Gainesville from what is that place called? It starts with an M. Somewhere in Orlando. I was doing some training, so now I'm on my way back to Gainesville, and I wanted to reflect on some things that happened in the past that caused African Americans and Hispanics to basically lose a lot, to believe in a dream, just to find out that they were played, that blacks and Hispanics were played. We were made fools out of. Since Lyndon B. Johnson started the war on poverty and all this other stuff, blacks and Hispanics have been basically a tool to use to get votes, support, more money, and in return, nothing. We've seen no economic growth, no financial growth. When I say economic growth, I'm talking about within the community. We don't see no financial growth. That's within the blacks and Hispanic making more money. In fact, blacks are poorer now than they were before the Civil Rights Act of '64 passed. So that's troubling. We lead in poverty. High school dropout, homicide, prison population. I mean, we're not leading in things like I don't know, like education. We don't lead in education. We're not leading in inventions, creativity. We're failing in these fields, and it's because we're being played. And the one thing that they use is racism. And they will play this card, and for some reason we keep falling for it. We continue to fall for this belief that racism is worse now than it was during the Jim Crow era. So we really need to get our heads out of our behinds, and we really need to focus on education and I guess unity within communities and growth. So what I wanted to reflect on was Bill Clinton. Now, President Clinton at the time, and I believe this started in 1992, when he became president, he said he wanted more blacks to own homes. Okay, that's a great thing. So what they did was, with Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York now, that snake in the grass, what they did was they changed the laws. Now, they did have a law where banks can discriminate against you, but there was certain things, so it still made it hard for blacks and Hispanics to purchase a home. So that's why you saw low home ownership. And so Bill Clinton changed it so that blacks and Hispanics can purchase homes. But what they failed to tell you is that they introduced subprime lenders and so forth into the equation. So now it was easier for you to get a home, especially when you're making $25,000 and for some reason you own a home that's worth $250,000 or $300,000. You know, that just didn't make sense, but it happened because of subprime lenders. And so a lot of blacks and Hispanics took advantage of this because they wanted to own homes. And it's understandable that you want to own a home, but what they didn't do was, usually when you purchase a home, you get an attorney, you get, so many people to see if you can afford this home, if your credit was where you had to put a little more down payment. Because I don't think your credit reflects on you not being able to get a home. It probably reflects on if the bank's going to approve you, how much money is going to have to be put down, if you have to pay PMI and so forth. But all that was out of the window. blacks were purchasing homes, they were going through subprime lenders, and you didn't even need an attorney. They did it all for you. And then when you got the mortgage and you got this home, you thought that you would be paying like the amount you were paying for wire rent. If people back then remember, they used to have a commercial wire rent, and you would see that you could buy a home and pay the same amount like you're paying your rent. Well, that was a lie, because you didn't know anything about adjustable rates and so forth. And none of it was fixed. They were all adjustable, or annual. They were not fixed, or more annual rates or adjustable or something like that, whereby if the interest rate went up, so did your mortgage. So so mostly blacks and Hispanics were conned. And Bill Clinton knew that this would fail, but they didn't care about it at that time. All they cared about was showing that there's money going into the economy, and he looked great as a president. This was the setup for Hillary Clinton, so that when she come in there, she would be like the savior, because George Bush didn't realize that he was being played, that he was set up, just like how they set up Donald Trump. They set up George Bush, and when George Bush didn't realize that by 2008 everything came crashing down, because nobody could afford those homes, because they were at one point paying low. Now all of a sudden you were paying $700 at one point. Now your mortgage is at $2,000 a month, and nobody could understand why. And so, because of that, a lot of homes went on foreclosure throughout the United States, Vegas, Pennsylvania, New York. I mean, homes was just going on foreclosure, and banks were buying them up, and other people were buying them up, making profits off of blacks and Hispanics laws. So if you want to really know why I left the Democratic Party and stuff like that, and do your research, and you'll see that the Clintons played blacks and Hispanics by using the housing market to make the economy grow, look good, could leave the White House as the president who can. And remember when blacks started saying Bill Clinton was the first black president? My goodness. And didn't realize that Bill Clinton played blacks. So yeah, I am no fan of Bill Clinton's. I am now no fan of the Democratic Party, and I wish more people would do their research to see that Bill Clinton and others, Andrew Cuomo, Hillary Clinton, all of them, used blacks to further their pockets, their political power, and all we got was a foreclosure notice. So now it's 2019, blacks once again are low in home ownership. But where we need to grow is education. And Obama did a horrible job with education. All they just did was give more money that went to the unions and nothing towards more people learning. He did a horrible job. So when people say that Obama's the best president, no, he wasn't. He was the best president for Wall Street and China and all that, you know. And think about that. More blacks will lose their jobs in the future because the Democrats supported TPP. Now think about it. Wall Street and China go hand in hand, and they love each other. And now that Trump is in the White House, he's ruining all that. There was going to be a lot of money made for people, for top executives in Wall Street and Democrats when they went for the TPP. But President Trump stopped all that, and so there's a lot of angry people. So once again, do your research, and you'll see why the Democratic Party is the worst party for African Americans and Latinos. Thank you. This is Mark. And if you want to dispute anything I say or want to have a discussion, you can find me on knapsack.com, nap-sack.com. I'm on that site all the time, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. If If you want to debate, you can get as nasty as you want, as long as there's no racial attacks, no threats, hatred. But if you want to go after me, I'm always there, and I welcome a great debate. So once again, this is Mark Chenema signing off. My last name is spelled Chinama. My first name is Mark with a C. Hope to see you soon. I'll be looking for your response on knapsack.com. Okay, take it easy. Have a great day.